Caught in the glow of twilight fade, silent whispers weave a serenade. Stars align in cosmic grace. Night wraps us in its embrace, chasing shadows through the night. Find our way by soft starlight. Quiet dreams are born anew. In darkness dipped we find our hue. Eyes closed, we're floating high. Stars above, they paint the sky. Echoes sing a lullaby. In night's embrace, we softly lie. Whispers echo through the night, guided by the faintest light. In the stillness we confide, with the cosmos as our guide.
Good morning, everybody.
And it's melting
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope everybody's having a beautiful Saturday morning. Welcome to Saturday Morning Cartoons. I'm your host of Rockefeller Plaza.
symphony takes flight.
Today, we are going to be talking about the Peacemaker, Season 2, Chapter 1, titled The Ties That Grind. There will be spoilers in this episode. Please, if you have not seen it, heads up. If you don't care about spoilers, come on, hang around. We're going to do a nice back to the old format of 1 hour, just chilling. Me, you, chat. So if you don't mind, everybody go out there and share this. The more people we get up in here, the better. I ain't been doing this Saturdays mornings in a long time, so let's see. Wake up. Oh, who was that? Oh, he got me. So thanks for showing up. If you are here, maybe smash the like button, share it, comment, so I can see everybody that's out there. I can shout you out. You can jump in the conversation with me. We're only going to talk about one episode. I know episode 2's out, but if you're a working man or woman, the best kind of man, the womans, if you're working, it comes out on Thursday night. So it's kind of like a pretty weird timing. If you don't watch it Thursday night, you're probably going to come home and watch it, let's say Friday evening, right? You ain't going to want to hear me talk about it on YouTube and chill if you are watching me, because you'll either be watching that or me on YouTube and chill. I figure I give everybody at least a week to do their Saturdays, their Sundays, the entire week, do at least one episode, and we can all catch up on it together and talk about it, because it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And it's actually pretty good. There's some messed up parts. It's a James Gunn production that we all know. He's going to be the same exact things. He's going to have an animal talking. He's going to do something that's obscenely weird that doesn't need to be done. But he will probably have some pretty cool moments, and it'll look comic book accurate as hell. There's one of the 2 episodes, we're only going to talk about episode 1, but of the 2 episodes, he does have some pretty cool comic book shit in here that, if you are a fan, it's pretty fun. This new universe that he is creating is resembling more of the animated, the Warner Brother animated cartoon DC universe than the comic book films that we know about, or the comic book source material that we probably grew up reading, or even better yet, any of the cartoons from the 90s. It's none of that. You have to watch the new updated Warner Brothers animation cartoons to get an idea and it's a little bit more obscene, a lot more violence, gore added to it. If you're a fan of the Mortal Kombat series, Warner Brothers has a license to use Mortal Kombat. And you know how they do finishing moves. It's always bloody. It's always gory on Mortal Kombat. That's what Warner Brothers has become. Let's go here and add me full screen real quick. So do we got any banners we can put up to let everybody know? If anybody for some reason wants to contribute, help out the show, I'd greatly appreciate it. It's Peacemaker, Season 2, Chapter 1, The Ties that Grind. Let's get into it, man. It's a pretty cool episode. I'm going to go shot for shot, walk through, talk about how it opens up, how it ends, what I think James Gunn's going to be doing, and y'all let me know if you just jump in. Tell me where to stop if I'm going too fast, or if you want to talk about something specific, we can catch up on it. So it opens up the new DC logo. I like the new DC logo with Superman, where it's like the old school Superman. He breaks out of the chains and he's standing there with his arm like that. They had it pretty cool in the Zack Snyder universe. It started with like the Batman and he throws the Batwing, and then it was kind of really dark. I liked that intro, but I guess them going with the more comic book and it's the animated is what they're going with, not comic book, with more the animated references now. That intro does tell a lot, even though it looks like the old school Superman. It's not. It's just the animation they're utilizing so people can get used to it. Starts off with that, and then it gives you a season 1 recap. If you haven't watched season 1, man, some people kind of need it, and I liked it. Let's get some fucking music going on. Don DeMarco, hold up. Don DeMarco. Oh, there's music. All right. Hopefully that doesn't drown me out. If it does, we'll turn it down a little bit. But so it opens up with the season 1 recap, letting you know where we left off, the state everybody was in, and picking up to show you where we're going to go from here. All right. And I'm a sucker for this. We got it in the X-Men cartoons previously in the DCU. We get John Cena's Peacemaker voiceover, letting everybody know that this is a continuation. This is episode 2. They do some really cool shit in this little intro, though. They do a lot of, if you remember, Henry Cavill was Superman in season 1, right? And they had Aquaman, Jason Momoa. At the end, they had like a little thing where he's like, "You're late, dickheads," and he shows up like holding the girl from in a hardcore. And they redo this when they're doing the intro. They do a couple things where they like redo to introduce the Justice Gang. Instead of Autobio saying, "Hey, we need to call the Justice League," she says, "Yo, somebody call the Justice Gang. Don't you got ties with them?" They do a really cool. That's one thing James Gunn. So this shows me that he can do shot for shot remakes right there. In the introduction scene, he does a whole breakdown of season 1. I'm be curious to go through and see what's from the actual one, or if it's just all reshot. If that's a whole part that's reshot, it looks really good to be mimic the end scene and a lot of the credits, the scenes from season 1. It's fucking awesome. Autobio, major standouts is her Autobio saying somebody needs to call the Justice Gang when she actually said we need to call the Justice League. And then when he's walking up to the scene and says, "You're late, dickheads," and we get the voiceover from Jason Momoa and Flash is Ezra Miller talking to each other. It's the two characters, which they're starting to grow on me. Isabella Merced's Hawk Girl. Not talking about the part in Superman. The part in Superman, I hate it. But her and Green Lantern, I always forget that guy's name. But those two together, they're bantering. And what I like about them is they're the Justice Gang, meaning they're kind of juveniles. They're kind of, they're all about themselves. They're not really worth setting up a space for the Justice League to come in, to put them, to use pride and put themselves aside and not be fighting for, let's say, money and a paycheck. If they get somebody like Bruce Wayne to come in, they don't need fucking money. They don't have to worry about working for Max Lord, who's a kind of a dickhead. But So they introduced the Justice Gang into it and retcon everything from season 1. They don't retcon it. They just add the new stuff from the Superman movie in. Great fucking idea. Great. And the way it's incorporated, done, perfect as shit. Then we get the intro scene. Pause. Let's pause that music real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Pause. If I get hit, which I'm sure I will, we'll break it up. But I've been hearing a lot of people talking about this, saying that the intro scene is controversial if you're in the Peacemaker friend zone, because look, the dancing and the choreography is way better. The first thing you're gonna hear people say is the music not so good, but is it? Let's find out. Now I'm gonna have to keep pausing it so we don't get killed, right? But we're gonna sit here and break down the introduction. I know it's not gonna be as good. We might have to take it out, but it grows on you. The first time I heard it, I was like, and when I just saw it on the YouTube, I was like, this kind of sucks. It's not that good. I heard it again. I was like, that song could be all right. It's just like, it's like too fast and weird. All this. Then I saw it for episode 1. I was like, it kind of works with this, but it's not like that, not loud enough or something. I don't know what it is. The more you watch it, the song fucking grows on you. I guarantee it.
When that thing's sinking, I skipped you, but then I gotta throw you back in.
You get introduced to all the characters. So all these characters right here. This is my boy, Tim Meadows. Fucking hilarious. Why DA says he doesn't think Tim Meadows is fucking hilarious and funny. Everything he does in here, and not only him, the fucking Michael Rucker right there to the left. We haven't seen him yet, but everybody's kind of getting their own story arc in this. That's Frank Grillo, who is Rick Flag Sr., Argus dude. We haven't seen the two in the background, but we have seen the two in the front. It grows on you. The more you watch it, man, it's a good fucking intro. So if you haven't seen this, we won't do any more than that. I don't want to get the thing nuked because we got nuked last night. If you're watching YouTube and chill, I had fucking Taylor just playing in the background, no audio, and it just went off. I was, what the fuck? Your stream is now unavailable for playing copyrighted music. That's all, jeez. But we just sat there and talked about it because I was thinking about ending the stream and it actually came back on. So I like that, man. I really, really, really like the intro. It'll grow on you. Don't get me wrong. The more you watch it, it definitely grows on you. And that's not the right one, is it? I want that one. I'm a little bit bigger. That's not big. So after we get the introduction scene, we start the fucking episode 6 months later. 6 months later from, I guess, the end of season 1, because we don't really get anything in the beginning, you know. So 6 months after season 1 is where we're picking up. And we start with John Cena. I'm sorry, I'm going to call him John Cena. Peacemaker. He's getting a ride from Adebayo going to try out for the Justice Gang. He wants to be a superhero, and the only people he knows that are like, you know, a team is the Justice Gang, and they got money, and he needs some cash. So he's gonna go meet up with Maxwell Lord and the Green Lantern and Hawk Girl, and he's gonna go try out for them. When he pulls up, he sees this smoking hot chick in a bunny suit. She looks like she just came from a Playboy casting call, one of Hugh Hefner's Playboy bunnies. That when Hugh died, she found a way to go make some cash by being a superhero. Damn, she looked real good. I need a rating on that chick. So he comes up. Did I get it? Got this fucking net. This net been flying around ever since I went out and good coffee earlier and came back. Got that motherfucker. Got it. Yeah. I got this fucking stupid ass door when you open it up. I was like, oh, here they come. This fucking brand new lights I put out there. Bastards. Anyway. So he's walking in to go be a fucking superhero at the audition. Here comes this hot ass Playboy bunny jumping the door all crying. And he's like, what the fuck's going on with her? He walks in, sits down. He's like, Peacemaker, welcome, man. I'm Maxwell Lord, played by James Gunn's brother. And then you got Nathan Fillion. I couldn't remember his name. Nathan Fillion playing Green Lantern. And my girl Isabella Merced playing Hawk Girl from The Last of Us 2. Dina from Last of Us 2 playing Hawkgirl. These two's little banter is funny because Nathan Fillion ain't scared to be like, he's like, this motherfucker called me a puke freak. Can you believe that? Nathan Fillion ain't scared to lean in on the jokes, and Isabella Merced really like the way she jokes off him and banters with them. It's pretty fun and clever. I like their chemistry they got, those two. So I can see more of that. But we need to add more people. We can't keep relying on this Hawk Girl and Green Lantern. There's got to be somebody else. Where's Mr. Terrific at? What happened to him? I know he cost too much to be in a fucking TV show, but add another person besides Mr. Terrific to the cast. Isn't there somebody else besides him? I know they're looking for people, but where did Mr. Terrific go? Did he do something at the end of Superman I forgot about? Right? I don't know. But when he's sitting down auditioning, right, they're asking him questions. There's some pretty good banter back and forth. You know, so he turns on this like little megaphone and says, hey, so Peacemaker, tell us a little bit about yourself. We get an origin to Peacemaker. He starts telling you his background. And like when they turn this the mic on and they turn it off, they think Peacemaker can't hear him. And Peacemaker starts giving us his background. I'm proficient in all types of weapons. You know, I'm a marksman and every weapon there is, proficient in hand-to-hand combat. I'm a murderer, and every time he says something, he's like, "Oh, he's a psychopath. He's egotistical." And every time he says something, they write it down on his file as something negative, and every time they say it, he's hearing them say all that. So eventually he stops and goes, "Excuse me, am I supposed to be hearing everything you guys are saying about me?" This joke does not work. When he goes, "You can hear me? I can hear you." Then he like turns over, and now still he goes, "Oh, Jesus. Which one of you did the audio file?" This joke does not work. There's several jokes in here that work and some that don't. That one doesn't work. I'll give you a joke that does work. On the way to them going to do the audition, Autobio's big ass. She's a high calorie girl. She's starting a security company, right? And he goes, "Oh, yo, I got business cards. Check out my new business card." He looks it up. It's got this like hourglass girl, like all figure, like hot. And McKee's like, "Come hire me for security." He goes, "Who's a chick?" "What do you mean? That's me." "Oh, what?" I thought she just kind of looked a little, basically he's fat shaming her. She's like, "Damn, man, what the hell?" It doesn't, it's not really a joke. It's more just like a little quip. That's what you need more of. When you try to do these jokes and now can you hear me? Oh God, which one of you did the audio? It's just so cheesy and cringe and corny that they don't work. It doesn't. Now that we're not playing, now let's go back in. Where we at? Autobio. So he gets fucking pissed off when he knows they're talking about him. My man goes to apologize. He's already walked out the door pissed. He gets back in the car without a bio. He's like, "You know what? I don't even give a fuck. I don't want to be a part of their team. I don't care. Take me home." All right. Here's a joke that lands. When he's in the car taking home, she goes, "What'd they say to you?" He goes, "I don't know. Something about Jersey Shore called. They want their fucking hair cut back," which can't be true because TV shows can't even use a fucking phone, so I don't know what the hell he's talking about. And John Cena delivers it like so serious. Like they can't use fucking phones. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. It's like, he's just like pissed off. Sound like something I would say when I'm on Call of Duty and I'm like fucking raging, or Doc would say. John Cena's really good at that. That joke, it's not a joke though. It's not him trying to say something and then receiving a punchline. It's just him venting, angry, saying something stupid. John Cena comes up with these really good one-lines. That's probably the third. Like, there's like 3 of them in this movie. I mean, in this episode that he comes up with that are hilarious. So, Jersey Shore called. They want their haircut back. As if a TV show can use a phone. What's up with that? Like, he's just dumb as shit. But so, I got Justice Gang origin story. Where the fuck did that come up with? All right, so we're getting introduced to everybody. We got introduced to Autobio. We got introduced to John Cena, Peacemaker, Chris Smith, and so now we got to go back to everybody else. We haven't seen now we go to fucking Hardcore. We catch up with Hardcore. Where do we see Hardcore at? She's in having therapy. And the first thing the psychologist says to her is, "You know what? I think you have a case of toxic masculinity. And I was like, what? I hate what they're doing with Hardcore's fucking character. I hate how they make her this bad bitch and she's really pissed off. And she was halfway decent at the end of last season. And I don't know what happened to her to where they changed her. I know that they want to make her a lead, but what they do with her is so another cringe thing. I know it's just because it's James Gunn's wife and he's virtue signaling that women can be strong and don't need no man, especially her. The whole part with, she got a cool car though. She got a Dodge Stealth. She runs out of the doctor and goes, ah! Starts punching his car. I'm like, is that a Dodge Stealth? Those are pretty cool. I remember those. Or a Dodge 3000. Maybe it was a Mitsubishi 3000 Dodge Stealth. Besides that, the whole part with her is just, and it's only going to get worse. This is what they do with everybody does this. You use the character. This is what Hollywood does. So Peacemaker. Season 1 is about Peacemaker. Season 2, Peacemaker, and somebody else. Season 3, Peacemaker will have nothing to do with this. Guaranteed. If there's a season 3, trust me, John Cena will have nothing to do with it. Like The Witcher. So when she's the Hardcore, she's freaking out. She's going crazy. She's mad. So she's like, that's just a reason for her to not only get pissed off, but then we follow her home. And as she goes home, we see Peacemaker sitting there waiting for her. He hasn't seen her since when they start talking. We find out apparently over the weekend, they went on a boat trip and they got drunk together. And he wants to know if she has feelings for him. And she's like, no, bro. It was just drunk. We were just drunk. I don't even know what I was talking about. Goes to show she's more of a bitch than we think she is. And I just fucking hate the Hardcore thing. I think Adebayo and her girlfriend, after John gets dropped off by Adebayo, we go to her house, we see her girlfriend. Now they're broken up, right? They're broken up now or some shit. And I'm like, good. I didn't like that situation anyway. I think her and Economos look like they might be getting frisky with one another. Economos calls up, later on the scene and needs some help from Adebayo and doesn't even ask. But we don't need the lesbian girl scenes. I'm like, that one character had nothing to do with it. You keep it. The love interest should be between Adebayo and Economos. That would be in the 11th Street gang. We have something that has a good relationship, a healthy relationship. And then you got Peacemaker and Hardcore who have an unhealthy relationship. And then you just got Virgin Vigilante who doesn't even register on his playbook. He's so fucking whacked out, But so we get, after we meet her, toxic masculinity, they meet up for the first time, Hardcore and Peacemaker. They have a little reunion, because her hand's all busted up from punching the fucking car. He comes in, helps her clean her hand up, puts some ice on it for her. It looks like there's a little connection. She's like, dude, what are you doing here? He's like, I just want to come and tell you that I didn't get the job for the Justice Gang like I wanted. She's like, oh, I know you really wanted that. It sucks. Well, oh well, have a great day. He thought she was going to be like more receptive. She wasn't. It seems like she don't give a shit. She's a rude bitch. I don't like the Hardcore character. Hashtag down with Hardcore. So they basically fuck you and whatever. He ends up leaving her house in a fight, and they leave. They go home. So now she's pissed off. He's extra pissed off because he got in a fight with his so-called girl, and he got let down by the Justice Gang for saying that he likes to fellatio, and so he goes home. What do you think he does? This is where we get to episode 1, what we heard everybody talk about. If you're pissed off because you didn't get the job that you really, really wanted, and your girlfriend, man, she's not your girlfriend, and I want to have sex. You know what? I want to do some drugs. I should go have an orgy. I should go get some kind of some kind of powder, which I'm unfamiliar. We're not sure what it is, and we should snort it. And then maybe we should get some kind of like herbs, which were again unclassified, and use some kind of water pipe to smoke it. And then we can call somebody over, some random people that are willing to just get naked and rub up on each other. Even better, they don't have to rub up on each other. You can get naked, just go in front of me while I'm doing the herbals that are unclassified. I'm smoking. You can just do this. You don't even have to have sex with anybody. I don't know how HBO gets away with a lot of this shit. I remember True Blood. True Blood had a lot of nudity in it and basically fucking hardcore fucking, but it's just I didn't see any insertion. This is borderline rated X. I know it's rated R, but some of the shit in here, I'm like, dude, he's grinding up on. I would be surprised if something fell in on accident. This is disgusting for James Gunn. This is not the DC I know or I want. These are one of the things that can be left out of the fucking universe. Just talking about it feels fucking weird now, you know? If you watch this orgy scene that Peacemaker John Cena does, the only thing I found that was awesome is he has a little water pipe about this big, right? And he's always drunk and high and moving around because Eagly's waking him up to go to the bathroom. He's like, get the fuck off me. And so he puts a cork in his water pipe, so that way if he accidentally smacks it and knocks it over, the water doesn't go everywhere. But so one thing I did forget to mention is a very key part we're about to go into. They're having an orgy scene, right? In the very beginning of this, when we first meet Peacemaker, he's woken up by Eagly, fucking pounding his neck, biting him and shit, wanting to go outside to use the bathroom, to go fly around and stretch his wings. It's early in the morning. That's what animals do. And since it's snowing outside and it's cold, he opens up the door. He's living in his dad's house now, right? He opens up the door to like that portal dimension where his dad was, you know, and went into all the alternate universes and let Eagly fly through there. Just fly around. That's so when he did that and flew around, Eagly goes right to the other door of the ultimate dimension. There's a whole bunch of doors that he hasn't ever traveled in, right? It's a big ass fucking little place. Eagly flies around and he gets lost. He goes and finds him. Eagly's beacon on the exact door that the opposite multiverse like coincides with Peacemaker is, where he lives, which makes me wonder if maybe Eagly's from that universe because he knew exactly where to go, or does he just travel back and forth and the Eagly's there, both of the same Eagly's? I don't know, but Eagly basically takes him there. So, but and this is the very beginning of the episode when John Cena walks in there, Peacemaker. I keep saying John Cena. He walks in. His fucking dad, who he killed in season 1, shows me, goes, holy fuck, what are you doing? I thought you were in bed. What's going on? You look like you've seen a ghost. He's like, freaks out, runs back in the portal, and shuts the fucking door real quick. That's the beginning. And then it goes to, boom, opens up the credit. We get the music, you know, for the dance scene. Fast forward, now we've met everybody, this and that. He's pissed off at hardcore. You know, Autobio gives him a ride home. He's having a fucking orgy scene. He's all wasted, snorting some unknown powder and smoking unknown herbals. Well, he stands up all buzzed out, right? He walks back to the door because he found that earlier, but he was too scared to walk through. Now he's all wasted. He's like, you know what? I got liquid courage in me. I can walk through this. He just walks up, walks in it, and goes to the alternate universe. Now that he's all wasted, while everybody else is having an orgy in his house, he decides to go actually venture in to the other universe. Walks in the door. Now, my question is, did the other people in the other universe know about the I mean, is that just like a door going into a closet? I don't think it is. I was like, it's not just a door going into a closet, right? Because he actually had to use the keypad to get into it, which is 621011. He had to use that, like, he has to like pull it on a light pad and hit the fucking numbers in it. So I'm like, why didn't the Peacemaker from the other universe know about him? Or by even come in there and use that little, what are they calling that? Interdimensional travel. It's the same thing that Lex Luthor did. You know, remember in Superman, Lex Luthor made little pocket dimensions, but his came out like you walked out like in this walkway and shit. His dad figured out a way to make it nicer by just putting little doors in there, and they put little access, finger panels on it, access codes. But it doesn't get you to every single one. It just gets you to a few of them. And one of those being the one that mimics him and his family, a good universe and a bad universe of the Peacemaker. So now that he's drunk and he goes to the new Peacemaker, he's got the liquid courage and the cojones to go to the new universe and explore it. He walks in there. He's walking around the house like, holy shit. He sees a whole bunch of cool pictures. It says, what is it? The trio, what are they called? The something trio takes out Ultra. I forget. Somebody said it in the chat the other night. When DA was like, who would y'all like to see as a cool DC villain? Somebody said like Ultra Mega Tight or some shit like that. Well, there's a reference to it. It says the 3 people took down Ultra, whatever the fucking guy's name is. I didn't even know that was a villain, but it's like Ultra Mega Tight or some shit like that. If anybody's in the chat knows what I'm talking about, maybe they can say it. But so there's a reference to that guy. They don't need him in the DC universe. He's already been there. Peacemaker and his dad in an alternate universe, and his brother took him down and defeated that guy, which there's some really cool Easter eggs that pop up. And when he's walking through the house, I got this feeling, because this is a James Gunn production. It feels like the movie Super. If you watch that movie Super, that James Gunn did, like when his first in the beginning of his career, it's like a certain house they walk in at the end where it's like who's Sebastian Shaw? I always forget his name. Footloose guy, Sebastian Shaw. He's in that Super movie, and like the house they're in looks just like this Peacemaker house. I mean, when he's walking, I'm like, James Gunn will use the exact same shots that he sets up, the same characters, the same jokes, the same costumes, plots. He reuses everything. Nothing to me. Every time if you watch a couple, nothing's new. He'll make an animal a major fucking character, so that way you don't have to pay a voice actor or let alone a person to even do it. You can just CGI that shit in, and people have to work around it. He always hires base ass actors, just normal people. He never hires like mainstream. His shtick it works sometimes, but again, he goes overboard. In this season, because this is season 2, he's trying to go overboard with some of the nonsense that he does, see if he can get away with it. And to me, he needs to back off of it. In my opinion, he should back off a little bit of the nonsense, like the orgy scene. The orgy scene goes on for 45 seconds, and at one point, like he's sitting there going, he looks up and goes, this guy's going. That long. I'm not even joking. You're probably like, damn, I don't want to watch this guy do this. That long. And I'm not even kidding you. And the whole time, he's completely naked, full frontal. You could have, when he was going, you could have had a quick little flash, like a one frame or 2 frame of that going. And another one, like he's visualizing, it's just popping into his head. We didn't have to watch this for 10 seconds of him doing this. You could just went, bing, just plopped in, bing, and then like, bing, and then popping like all these like little ideas in my head. Like, man, I'm hallucinating because I'm using herbals and I'm snorting unknown substances off of mirrors. There's just some of the stuff he does it's uncalled for. But he doubles down on it, and it's from the opening scene when they do the new animated Superman, where he's standing like this, he goes, it breaks the chain. I'm like, this looks awesome. But what you don't realize is that Superman he's using. So what it tells you a lot. They're referencing the DC animated cartoons, but not the ones we want. So I don't know why the fuck they're using that old Superman. They're the one that we do want, and then reference to the animation, which is from the new ones, because they're trying to bait and switch us. James Gunn is whacking shit. So look, there is one person here that maybe, again, everybody. He has some good comedy that lands. He does have some great actors when he does find them. And there is one dude that when he walks into his universe and goes checks out the old he meets his brother, the brother that he ended up unaliving. And so his dad's alive in this universe, who he unalived. His brother's alive in this universe, who he unalived as a kid. He's walking around, fucking truck pulls up. Dude gets out, goes, yo, Chris, is that you? What are you doing, bro? His fucking brother is old now, grown up. I've seen this actor before. I knew I had. Let's see. I was like, where have I seen that dude? That dude's awesome as shit. Stop me if you guys seen it. Anybody here seen Family?
Jesus Christ. It ain't C3 penis face and R2 dickhead.
What did you just say, you giant bastard?
Well, still see you're driving the Nerdmobile. Chaz, you're an idiot. Hey, you know what? While you're out here sticking G.I. Joes up your butt, I convinced Dad to let me recut the commercial. So suck it. Oh, see, you flinched. Now that's going to be 2, Princess Leia. Nanu. Get a haircut.
That dude plays his brother. That's Peacemaker's brother grown up. It's Ray from The Office as well. I don't watch The Office. That dude is fucking hilarious. That's the only thing I've seen him in. And that whole movie at the end is like, dude, that's about like, a trip to go see Star Wars. And then when they do go see it, that dude's fucking awesome. He makes me geek out. Him, In the next episode, which we'll talk about next week, Tim Meadows is in it. There's some shit that works in here, man. This is, but some doesn't. So he's walking around with his brother, right? Having a good time, him and his dad. Then his dad shows up. They're like, yo, let's get some drinks. We should hang out. Fucking. So he's sitting down. In this universe, he's all wasted. He doesn't know if this is real or not. He's sitting down, drinking with his brother who he killed as a kid, and his dad who he just killed 6 months earlier. And his dad's like, oh, man, you know what? Telling him all these stories about how great of a son he is, saying, life would have been way more tough, but it sure in hell wouldn't have been as fun without you, kid. It's like he's saying all these like generic, like over the top, extravagant lines that you'd love to hear a father talk about their son, be like, oh, I love you, Dad, which no dad ever says, but they're making it like, extreme over the top because you want him to be like, wow. In the other one, he hated his fucking dad, and his dad was a crazy racist. In this one, they're talking about like, I forget what they call them, midgets or something. They're talking about like some little like zombies or something. He keeps calling them midgets. He makes jokes like I do, but he's not like hateful. And so he's like, when he watches his dad, he's like, whoa. In the other universe, he'd be like, fuck these motherfucking stupid bad, you know what I mean? But this one, he's like, oh, whatever. I don't know their name, you know. He kind of more jokes it off instead of being hateful about it, finds a positive way to, he's always like smiling. So he likes this universe. He got an older brother that's actually cool, bigger than him. It's fucking grown up being awesome. And he got his dad. So his dad's like, dude, it's good to have you back, brother. I thought you were supposed to be in Belle Reve. We're all fucking drunk. I'm an old man. I'm going to go to bed. His dad goes off to bed. And then it ends up with just Peacemaker and his brother, right? And they got this little heartfelt scene. He's like, yo, man, I love you, bro. Like, I love you. He's like, what the hell's the matter with you, man? His brother thinks it's weird because he's acting a little bit too, because he doesn't realize another person. He's like, I just want you to know, whatever. He's like, man, you're drunk. Go get some fucking sleep, bro. So his brother walks off, and he's just like, man, having a good time. Like, this is great. I like this fucking universe. And he's about to walk into the other universe, about to walk back because the dad and brother sleeping now. And he's like, dude, this is awesome. And all of a sudden he gets the Peacemaker gun pointed to the back of his head. He goes, who the fuck are you? Entered fucking John Cena, Peacemaker #2. This fight scene is awesome as shit, bro. This is an awesome fight scene, which I want more of. When I say there's cool things in some episodes, like 1 and 2, this fight scene is fucking badass. He's got the rocket booster. He hits his chest, and the rocket booster take off. He has his mask on, and he has like where my headphones are. He's got these little like blades. This is like deploy fucking ninja stars or something come out. These ninja stars fly out and they're spinning. He's fucking eating up his back the whole time when he's running away. He's like, and I love how he just flies at him with the head, because that's what he did in the season 1. But it looks way more polished. He's flying, and they work their way into the interdimensional travel zone, and they're flying around all crazy up in the sky. And it's like Eagly was. It looked like Eagly flying around away from Peacemakers. You got 2 fucking Peacemakers fighting each other, flying around the interdimensional portal. Well, one flying around. John Cena ain't got a shit on. We'll call John Cena the original Chris Smith, and then Peacemaker will be the one from the universe. You know what I mean? So John Cena's running away in his underwear, his nightgown, and his t-shirt because he just came from an orgy while he's fighting Peacemaker. He's got all his shit on, his helmet, his jetpack, his fucking crazy awesome gloves, and he's trying to run away from him. And dude is beating the fuck out of him. This is another thing I'm talking about with Gore with James Gunn. Peacemaker just grabs John Cena, bam. Bam. It looked like Rocky Balboa blows. Bam. Right? When he's hitting him, fucking blood. It looked like he's Rocky. They should have slowed it down. That's the only thing they didn't do was slow down the fucking so when he hits it, he's like he spits it, spit a whole bunch of blood out. I'm like, that's a little bit. I mean, I know it's Peacemaker versus Peacemaker, but it's a little bit much. James Gunn just goes overboard. He's fucking, so he beats the shit out of him 3 times, hits him 3 fucking times. John Cena's all like fucked up. Like he grabs him by his fucking head, and then he takes his glove, goes ching, pulls out this awesome ass fucking blade. He's ready to go stab him. John Cena reaches up and hits his chest, And when he hits his chest right here, it activates a jetpack, making him shoot up in the air. There's the thing, there's a whole, the ceilings have a whole bunch of crazy shit in it. Hits a spike going through his fucking back. He's like, oh, laying there. John Cena looking at himself. And eventually he's seeing his body spin off. He falls down. And John Cena's holding his hand, like, and watches himself die. Pretty cool scene. The way they do it, like, they've gotten it down now to where one person can play themselves and fight themselves. Great. Just like in Superman, that technology where Corn Sweat fought himself, great. Seamlessly. When he grabs him and throws him through the door, when Peacemaker throws John Cena through the door, like into the instrumental rift, you can't tell it's two different people. It looks like John Cena and John Cena. I don't know how they do it so fucking seamless. I know it's different, like an actor doing it, but the head transfer stuff. So when that dude Alan Cummins is talking about Doomsday, all they do is record their face. That's it. I can see that working. I can see they've gotten so good at that CGI use, changing it. That part is a great fight. Great little fight scene. I think that shit works, and I'd like to see more of it. Multiverse, you're gonna have to do it. It's eventually gonna have one or two. You can't just like have 7 different Peacemakers all played by a different actor. That's what Marvel's trying to do. They have, like Fantastic Four. They got 4 different fucking Mr. Fantastics right now. Instead of just one Mr. Fantastic with a mustache, one with a goatee, one that's fucking bald, all played by the same actor. They should be played by the same fucking person. When you go into Wolverine now, we got 3 different Wolverines. Like, what the fuck? It's cool to do that once or twice, but you got to have the same actor play the multiverse versions too, or it kind of just throws the multiverse concept out the fucking door. You want to see yourself and how you act another one. And they do a good job of that in here, seeing that like in John Cena's universe, he's a piece of shit. He killed everybody over there. He's a killer. He's, in this universe, he hasn't killed anybody. He's locked up bad guys with his dad, with his brother. He's a good guy. He's not a fucking bad guy. He's everything he wants to be in this current universe, but can't seem to figure out how to acquire it. So what does he do? He accidentally kills the dude in version of himself. That's a good guy. My man can't get a break. He's always fucking shit up, ain't he? But so he freaks out. He's holding his hand. He stands like, oh shit. And he starts taking off fucking running because he just killed him. He just killed himself. End of the scene. Scene ends. End of the fucking movie. End of it. I skipped over some parts because I wanted to get just to that. We introduced some other people. The whole time this is going on with the orgy scene and all that, we got introduced to Economos. He's actually sitting outside in a van monitoring everything that Chris is doing because he's the only person left that has a job, still works for Argus, the government, in the same position. He's the only one left. So he's kind of like a narc bitch. He tells on the fucking team. He's surveying the team. He doesn't tell the team he's doing it. Right now, everybody thinks he's still their friend because he's playing a friend role, but he's doing it because he's getting paid to do it. So while he's out there, Argus, we learn that Rick Flag Sr., played by Frank Grillo, he is now the head of Argus. He wants to take control of Argus because, he gets control of Argus because Amanda Waller got fired. He was next in line. He gets it by default. He uses his power now to unseal the documents about his son, Rick Flag Jr., because it was being withheld from him because it was a conflict of interest because, it's a family member. So it was being withheld from him on grounds of conflict of interest. He can't be seeing that. Now he's the director of Argus. He unseals it. He sees that Peacemaker is the one that's responsible for it, and turns Peacemaker into an Argus priority 1 level threat. That's why he's got 24/7 monitoring on him. They got like satellite monitoring on him. Every time Peacemaker goes into that portal dimension, something pops up on there. A big ass like a power surge comes because it's like an interdimensional rift, which is the same as Lex Luthor. They mentioned it. They let you know that it's the same interdimensional portal as Lex Luthor from Superman, so it's giving off the same energy. So once they detected that, they don't really tell you when this is though. So this has to be Superman must be going with Superman must be within like the 6 months of between the at the end of Peacemaker season 1 and this one. There's 6 months in between, right? Superman must be in between there somewhere because they detected that threat during the Luthor incident in Metropolis, which we're assuming is the same one that they utilized in the Superman movie. So somewhere in that 6 months is when that Superman movie must take place, and that's why it's such a big priority, because not only does he want to get Peacemaker revenge, but the energy level that's coming off of Peacemaker is also he can use it for priority, the Argus level threat, priority 1 threat, because it's the same thing that Luthor did in a world-ending event. So he's kind of using it to his benefit. And so we got John Economos watching him. We got Frank Grillo instructing him to do that because now he's pushing him as a priority level 1 threat. And he calls him and says, "Yo, I need you." When he's walking through the portal and the energy goes off, he has Economos go and investigate during the orgy scene, and he kind of tells him, like, he's like, "Do you see anything?" And Economos does him a solid and says, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Do you see anything weird? Define weird." He's like, "Do you see anything out of what is he doing?" He goes, "Oh, there's an orgy." He's like, "What the fuck?" Because he's watching him walk through the door, and he's going. He goes, "Was he part of the orgy?" He goes, yeah. Because the way he's talking, he's like, "Why are you freaked out? What happened?" He's freaked out because he's watching him walk through this interdimensional fucking portal. He's like, "What the fuck is he doing?" He didn't know, so he sees it. He witnesses Peacemaker going into the dimensional portal, which they didn't know existed inside his dad's house, and doesn't tell Argus. So when he walks away and they hang up the phone after he tells him that, Frank Grillo instructs the little hot chick working at Argus, who's pretty fucking hot. James Gunn always finds these little hot chicks. Hey, send somebody over to monitor John Economos. I think we have an issue. So that'll become relevant in episode 2. So where we basically what happens is this episode we get introduced to everybody. We have we see her where everybody's at. Hardcore's fucking not in a good place. She can't get a job. Autobio's not in a good place. She can't get a job. She tried to start some security business, but got no takers. Peacemaker trying to be a fucking superhero. He can't get a job. So he gets, Economos does have a job. Oh yeah. Vigilante. He's all nonstop calling Economos, trying to hang out with him. He has a job too. He's working at like fiddling some fucking fiddle cakes. Looks like funnel cake business. I think it's called fiddle funnel cakes or some shit like that. I think it's funnel cakes business. So he's working there as a fucking dishwasher or chef. I can't really tell. So he's got a job. And so that's basically, and it tells us where everybody's at, what they're up to. Hardcore's got toxic masculinity. They're not in a relationship. Peacemaker thinks they are. They're not. He gets pissed off. They go have an orgy scene at his house. He gets really wasted. He actually used the interdimensional portal, which he told himself he wouldn't use because he knew that it was giving off the energy. He knows it gives off the energy signal and that he's being monitored. So he was like, "I don't want to do it." He was just using it one time to let Eagly go fly out, so he didn't have to go outside and let him use the bathroom in the middle of the winter. So now he's drunk and he walks in there. He goes and finds his family, has a good reunion. As he's leaving, he's confronted by his alter self. They get in a tussle. Spoiler alert, he kills the guy himself. He kills himself. Kill himself. It's over. It's done. And then he's like, oh, when he looks at it, and like as he's dying, he looks up. He gives himself a dab. They shake hands. He falls over. He fucking run. He starts running away, freaked out. Like, oh shit! That's how the season episode ends. Din, 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 din. Starts going slow motion. He's like, no, running away, all scared and shit. End credit scene. And then he gives us the next week on Peacemaker. It's a good scene. It's a good episode, man. when we get to episode 2 next week, there's issues with it. If you watch it, I would suggest if you don't like the orgy scene, it's like 3 minutes. It just make sure when you're looking like at the square, look from like here up. It's kind of, or just be like, you just kind of like turn your head and listen, because there is some like dialogue you might want to hear, but you don't have to see that. I think it's a good continuation for what it is. This being Peacemaker, and he's supposed to be crazy like that. It looks like James Gunn trying to be more of the boys than he is the Peacemaker season. I don't know if the comics were this way, but season 1 was pushing it just enough and not overstepping lines, trying to be the boys. This is like a copy of trying to be the boys. Next week, there's even something even fucking nastier than the orgy scene with a whole bunch of dudes and chicks just banging each other for no reason. I mean, there's something nastier next week's episode. So, I know you can't wait for that one, right? That should get you excited. Yo, but they had that technology, but they never used it in all of Peacemaker's life, since he mentioned his dad had that since he was a kid. And they never, no, his dad's used it before, and he's even been in there. But they never ran into, it didn't take him, 2 minutes to walk to where he met his alternate self, or his alternate self never used that fucking thing to walk over and knock on it. Or I know him and his dad weren't on good terms. Maybe he did know. Maybe his dad did know him. You know what I mean? I don't fucking know. But there's a lot missing from there. That Eagly flies right to it. When he lets Eagly out the first time in the beginning, he wakes up and flies right to that shit. You know, he's acting like he wants to go to the bathroom. You know, like fly around. But Eagly's he's like, Eagly, where you at? Eagly. He started walking. He's just pecking on the door because he's been there before. You know? I'm assuming. You would assume, right? You would assume. Yo, man. So we're going to start doing this every week, every Saturday, 10:30 a.m., which is a little bit later, on this channel, where I should be doing YouTube and chill, hopefully, if not next week, definitely the week after that. I got to get some money up so I can get my Streamlabs, which is $45 a month. If anybody wants to help contribute to the channel, I greatly appreciate it. There's links below in the description. Something as simple as just subscribing always helps. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers on this channel, break the fucking triple digits. We're almost to 90. So if you're new, please subscribe. I drop little videos on here from YouTube and Chill, which I do Friday. Little segments on here right now. Again, in 2 weeks maximum, I will be multi-streaming on this channel, YouTube and Chill, along with my gaming channel on Twitch, and probably most likely on Twitter as well. Allowing my boy Sci-Fax to multi-stream on his YouTube channel. And if Abe had one, you know, he could. Kerpa can if he wants. Hell, Angel can do it. We're going to get everybody out there. I'll get them. So there'll be more access to us. We'll try to get better. And with that, I can do some really, instead of doing a gunshot nonstop, I can actually add some really pretty cool shit in. I got sound effects right now. You can even hear that. Let's try it again. So if you're new to the channel, man, stick around. I got some stuff coming up every Saturday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Saturday morning cartoons. Every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, YouTube and Chill. If not next week, definitely the week after that. There'll be segments posted from both of these. Maybe I'll repost this. Cool little links to my other people's channels on here that's trying to do the same thing, podcasting. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Do me a favor, like the video and share too, because it helps get it out there in the algorithm on your Facebooks, on your Twitters, on your whatever the new social medias are, because I'm old and I don't know. Help brother out, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank you everybody for hanging out with me. I had a great day. If you can't hear me or the music, that's because it's good music. Shout out to my boy Andreas, aka Andy. Take it easy, everybody. Peace.
Night wraps us in its embrace, chasing shadows through the night. Find our way by soft starlight. Quiet dreams are born anew. In darkness dipped we find